Hello, James.
Hey Ron, how are you?
Well, what have you heard?
Terrible things, my friend. Terrible
Yeah,
things.
well, they're all true. I'm here to tell you.
Hey Ron, my name is James Massellin from Movie Death Flows. Thanks for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Thank you for taking the time.
So, how does Jack Houston cast you in the role as Stevie, Irish Mike Flanagan's trailer? How does that role come across your desk?
Because everybody else said no. No, that's not true. Jack and I did a little opus 10, 15 years ago. I don't remember when. We never had any scenes together, but we sure did a lot of drinking together late at night after this horrible movie got wrapped every day. And we became fast buds and we stayed in touch over the course of time. And just at the moment where it looked like Day of the Fight was going to become a reality, he said, "Man, I have this idea. I'd like you to read the script." And you know, we took off. It was one of the easiest yeses I've ever had to give because number one, Jack Houston is a beautiful dude as a human, but a great artist. And here he was having his coming out party, first time he'd ever written a script and got it made as a director. And I just wanted to be there as a witness and as a helper.
Yeah, I talked to Jack last week. I told him, I was like, no pun intended, but you're like the jack of all trades on this. You're the writer, the director, the producer, everything. So, I mean,
No,
Ron,
you intended that pun. Come on.
100%. I wrote it in my book.
Yeah.
But you've been around this business for a while. If you let Jack direct and write here, does he have it? Can he do this again on something else?
I mean, um, how affirmative can I be by saying the word yes? I mean, and the proof of the pudding is that now the movie is out there and it's finished and it's locked. And the thing that started out as an idea and then ended up on the page, and then he fought tooth and nail to get every single day that he had to shoot it, which was like 20 days into the can. But then he edited it and finished it and scored it. And everyone that I care about that has seen it is crying throughout at least the last third of the film. So you know, is he equipped to be a guy who makes movies? Fuck yeah.
That's what I think as well. Look, I'm a big fight fan. I could tell just by watching the fight scenes towards the end that Jack was too, and I had to ask him about it. So, I mean, I had never seen you in a boxing movie that I can remember, but you took to the role of Stevie so easily. So I'm assuming you have to be a fight fan at some point, right? A boxing fan.
I used to be a very big fight fan. I used to have a lot of sports that I loved and was incredibly dedicated to. And I, I have, I have the privilege of being old enough so that I was able to watch the entire scope of Muhammad Ali's career as a fighter, and also, the aftermath of that and the price he paid. And the level of enthusiasm when they're walking, you know, down that aisle and getting ready to go in that ring, and you have the two greatest fighters on the planet getting ready to do something that nobody knows the outcome of. That's that's high drama, and I was a voracious fight fan, and I got to watch not only what happened in the rounds, but what happened between the rounds in the corner. So that was all my research for Stevie.
It's always interesting to watch the corner work and stuff like that. I know you're a New York guy originally. I know you guys shot some of this in New York and New Jersey. So what's it like for you getting to go back home to shoot this kind of movie?
Well, New York was the place that punched me in the nose over and over and over again when I had the idea that I was going to try to be an actor. So it's like, all those girls that turned you down for a date, and then they see you playing Bob Dylan in a movie, and you just go, "Who has the last laugh now?" But that's how I feel when I get to shoot in New York, is because that's my hometown. That's the place where I had the most resistance getting this thing on the tracks, this career on the tracks. So it's there's a sense of self satisfaction that you don't get from shooting anywhere else in the world.
I know you got to do your scenes with Michael Pitt, but there's also, Steve Buscemi's in this movie and Joe Pesci's in this movie, and that was awesome to me. But did you get to interact with any of them? Like, were you guys on set at the same time during any filming?
No, all my stuff, like you said, was either, the fight or the gym, and it was basically just me and Michael and anybody else who was in those sequences. This was the division of labor when you have a 20 days to shoot a 110-page script is very delineated.
I always know when I see you that there's going to be some crazy makeup going on, or Ron's going to look amazing in general. But like from you in Star Trek and Hellboy and all this stuff, are you relieved when you don't have to sit in the prosthetics chair for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, or do you enjoy that part of it?
Um, well, I definitely know the difference, and I would prefer to just like walk into the makeup trailer and walk out 30 seconds later, having been powdered. Um, but people, ask me, particularly Hellboy, like, we did so much press because it was two movies, big studio movies. And everybody said, how the hell did you sit in that chair for that long every day? And I said, because when I got up from the chair, I was Hellboy. And I would imagine that every motherfucker on the planet wishes they were me. So that's not hard.
I have a 4-year-old, and when he was younger, I always used to recite a line from Hellboy to him that you said from when you guys are in the museum at the beginning. You're like, "Listen, Sam, I'm not a really good shot, but the Samaritan using really big bullets." Anytime I would try to change him, he would run away. I was like, "Listen, Jimmy, I'm not as fast as I used to be, but I'm bigger than you, so I can catch you. I'm not a really good shot, but I'll get you." So thank you for that one.
You're the first one that actually referred to that line as being memorable.
I love that line. I love that entire scene. That might just be me. I'm weird. I know it's like that.
Well, that encapsulates why Hellboy was a different kind of superhero than everybody else, is that he was the biggest underachiever, which is why, Guillermo wanted me to play the role, because he was looking for a fat slob who really was kind of irreverent about everything in life. No matter what he was being asked to do, he'd still rather be home and watching Marx Brothers movies and eating pizza.
That's why nobody else can play the role but you and make it successful, Ron.
God bless. I was fishing for that. That sounded like I was fishing for that compliment.
I had it
God
written
damn
down
it,
too.
it worked. I got it. I got the compliment.
Ron, I made my bones in this business talking about the alien universe and xenomorphs in general. And I know about almost 30 years ago, you were in a movie called Alien Resurrection, the first time I ever saw you in a movie. I've watched the videos, everything like that, but I need to hear it from the horse's mouth himself. Did Sigourney Weaver make the basketball shot in that one take? And how much did you think you ruined it by your reaction?
I almost ruined it. They spent 30 minutes after that shot had been made, and yes, she made it on the first take. And I watched her for 3 months while we were in pre-production practice that shot because she knew that that was going to be, in the movie. And she never made it. In 3 months, she never made it once. So here we are, cameras rolling, and the angle that included her, the ball, and the basket, I happened to be in the background of that shot. So when the ball went through the hoop, I went Ron Perlman crazy, not character crazy. And I just, oh Jesus! And all of a sudden, this triumphant moment, I'm looking at Video Village, and everybody's like playing it back over and over again to see whether I fucked up the shot, whether they could actually have the ball go through the hoop and then cut away in time to not see me go crazy. So yeah, that's the true story.
We got to wrap up here in a minute, Ron. But the last thing I have for you, it's not a question as so much it's a comment from me to you. When they told me I'd be interviewing you, I was so excited. It's been on my bucket list to talk to you forever. I've been such a fan since I've gotten a chance to watch you starting in Alien Resurrection. But I just wanted, from a fan, from me to you and everybody else, I just wanted to thank you for all the work you put in this businesses and the performance that you give, because it's exceptional to get to watch you keep doing this. I hope you get to do it forever.
Well, I'm going to do it till they close the lid, baby. But thank you. That's high praise, and I really, really heavily appreciate it.
Thanks, Ron. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you sitting down and talking to me, and hope we'll get to talk again soon.
Pleasure's mine.
Thank you.